There we go. We're back in business. So sorry about that, guys. Have to change our setup for the day. All right. Let us get going here. All right. We have a lot to do today and not a lot of time to do it in, so let's get moving. I don't know why I always do that, but it is what it is. All right. So, as mentioned before, we're working on this series here of different covers um, for custom, aka custom cuts. He's doing some really cool things. So I would say, if you haven't gotten a piece from him, definitely do that. All right. So this is what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to be working on this. What do we got? We have Omega Red. That's my thoughts for him. So far, it's come out really, really good. I'm very happy with him. But I got to clean him up a little bit, and then we're going to go straight to inks. Then today, in addition to just doing the inks, I had a chance to talk with Custom, and we were talking, more covers and all that kind of good stuff. But specifically, I was trying to nail down what he wanted to do for color scheme because when I do his work, he wants to do stuff that's, pretty much black and white because he does a lot of cutouts. What's going on, Alex? M Dog, welcome to the stream. So he does a lot of cutouts and whatnot. So that's not a problem. Um, the thing that I have to do, though, is I have to add some grayscale to it. So to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, this is what he ordered in the past. Let's see if I can pull it up here for you. He ordered a Spawn, and he got a couple other pieces from me as well. But the Spawn was the specific one that he actually ordered. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I don't see it. I may not have it on here, but anyway, he did order that, and this time we're gonna wrap this guy up today, and then Deadpool's not going to take very long at all. I've already got a setup for him, so it should be pretty fast. Just to give you an idea of what we did last time, this is on Friday. So that was, here we go. That was Fridays. So that was a commission. That was actually supposed to be a 9x12, but because I did not have a 9x12, they got upgraded to an 11x14. So I think that was a pretty cool deal. This is one of the other covers that he has. This is one that we worked on the other day. Another cool little gunslinger. And then the one that goes with that, this is the second of the four sets we did. And I haven't done this character in a while, and actually haven't done a full size version of him ever. So this was my first one, and that's Weapon X. That was so much fun to do. All right, so time for me to stop screwing around. I got to really get into this. Don't forget, I do have my card series that I'm working on as well. So it's the road to 1,000. And again, I'm doing 1,000 cards, 100 cards per series. I should be done. I think I'm done with almost all the marble. I think I have maybe like 2 left. But when I get my regular setup again, I'll preview those so everybody can see those. I just got to figure out a way that I can link it so everybody can see every card that I've done. Well, good morning, Kay. How are you doing? How'd your stream go last night? I was glad to see that you're working on some of your characters. I like that. Oh no. How did that manage to happen? That's good for his bicep. We'll get the tricep in there. That's crazy. That is, yeah, I know my, like when I go into the sauna, when I'm at the gym, my phone will start acting all glitchy. That's the only time that I ever see that happen. Or during the summer. What's going on, Rick? That is crazy. Well, that sucks. Well, you know what? That just gives people that anticipation, so they get to wait until you come on next time, and then they could be like, "Oh, she's back." Gives them something to look forward to. You got to leave them waiting for stuff. Well, I would tell you this. I mean, see if you can just do 1 day a week. That way, it's an easy start. I know that we all have like those busy lives, but that's the way that I started off. I just did like 1 day a week, and then I adjusted it as my schedule started to change. But overall, I've been doing great. I have no complaints. Yeah. So here's the thing. I mean, the good part about being an adult is that we have to have a good schedule. What's going on? Do you? Um, because we're adults, we have to have a consistent schedule because we have kids and we have life going on. So that being the case, it makes it easier for us to kind of coordinate our schedule so we can say, okay, I can do 2 hours here on Tuesdays, and you can block that out, and then your husband knows, okay, well, she's going to be tied up for the next couple hours. I'm going to take care of the kids, or I'm going to take care of whatever, and it doesn't mess with your time at all. That's just what I found works for me because my wife knows that my family time is important, so I block out times when I'm not around my family, so that way I can really maximize what I'm doing here. Yeah, it just takes time. It took me a while for me and my wife to get on board to be like, okay, this works for me, you know. And once that was done, we were in good shape. What's up, Kanar? Hope you're having a good morning. Yeah, but Kay, you know how it is. I mean, it's one of those things. Like when we got family, we got responsibilities and stuff like that. It's hard to coordinate that, but um, I think as we get closer here to the summertime, it'll be a little bit easier. I think I have a benefit in the fact that I work as a teacher, so we have a set amount of time for the year, like for the semester, and then we know what our schedule is. It's consistent. And I'm not sure on the sales game that you're doing, but I mean, I don't know if they do that. But if that's the case, then it makes things a little easier. Well, I teach. So for the first semester, or sorry, we have our summertime split into summertime A and B. I'm going to be working for the A part, which is 6 weeks, and it starts, I believe, the first week of May and goes into June. So I have that, and then I also work for a non for profit foster group home, and I do graphic design there. So I do an open session during the summertime for 4 days a week. Yeah, it just makes my life a little bit easier. Um, my hope is that, um, well, not hope. My goal is to get to that full time spot that I've been waiting for a minute with this job. They just haven't expanded out that they would have another instructor yet or another professor. But as soon as they do, I am going for it. I've never been, but I hope you guys have a great time. I don't know. It's one of those things like I don't know why I haven't wanted to go to Legoland. Where they just opened up like a brick store um, here in my area. Okay, well I'll have to definitely see about doing that for sure. It's not that far away from us, so I should definitely think about doing that. They just opened a bricks and more place near our um, our house, literally like 5 minutes away. It's pretty cool. So they sell new and used Lego sets, and I mean the prices are insane. The sets that I saw, but I love Lego. I'm always looking for deals for that stuff. It's just Lego's gotten very expensive. They just dropped the Pokemon set that I'm like, I love the look of the set. It's just I'm not dropping $600-700 for a set of Legos. It's just not happening. Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. I look for deals on these secondhand sites. Now, of course, they're not going to be Lego because they can't do that legally, but they do have sets that are very similar, and I found some good ones. I was able to get some of the very high end technical cars that they have um, that I've wanted for a while, but I couldn't spend $400 for a car set. It just wasn't realistic to me. Yeah, I just my thing is that going to something like that, I think it's just peaceful because it's a joy for you, it's joy for the kids, it's timeless, and you get time to spend with the family, so that's definitely a plus. So when do you guys end up going there? I mean, is there spring break this week? I don't think I did enough knuckles for these guys. No, I did not. So knuckle there, knuckle there. Let's see, one, two. Yeah, I know I missed a knuckle. Hey, look, staycations are good too. They're healthy. Yeah, my wife is always trying to get me to like slow down and stuff like that. So staycations are good. I legit every so often tell my take time off. We just did it this past weekend. We were just like, we're just gonna chill out at the house, and that's what we did. And it was good. Yeah, it's good. What's going on, Gabe? Yeah, you can't be like go 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 all the time. It's not good for the soul. It's not good for the body. We literally did a conference for our church, um, or with our church, a couple weeks ago, and it was Wednesday through Friday. So it started at 7, ended at around like 10:30, and then we took a day off. Then we had church on Sunday, so it was just a busy couple of days. I mean, a busy few days, and just long ones because we went to work. Then we had to come to the conference, so it was a ton. I know he did. That's our blessing, right? I feel bad for anybody that doesn't, jump into the coffee life. It's actually really good. My wife will never do that. She's like Red Bull all the way. Like, but you should enjoy coffee. It's so good. I just wish we had Cuban coffee around here. It'd be really nice. All right, so he's gonna have his hair pulled back. No, I've never had Turkish coffee, but I'm down. Yeah, I used to hate coffee. My mom used to drink it all the time, and I'm like, man, that stuff smells like boohoo. I don't like it. It doesn't smell good. It tastes like butt because she used to drink hers all black all the time. I'm like, and maybe a little bit of sugar, but no cream. But yes, you don't appreciate things like that until you become an adult. Your taste buds aren't ready for it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Starbucks because for some reason, every Starbucks that I've had, I will say most of it, it tastes like burnt coffee, and I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their differences. I mean, I know for me, I'm just not a, I, don't, I have an appreciation for good coffee. So when you have like really bad coffee, you're just like, I'm not drinking that. But I had a lady that, when I used to work in a city called Vero Beach, Florida, she was a barista there. She was one of the managers. And I'd be like, look, I really want to have like some Cuban coffee. So she was so good at just coming up with like concoctions and stuff like that. She ended up making this concoction that was mimicked um, Cuban coffee. I do. I do. In fact, I'm taking my one that I have here at my house and taking that to my work. Yeah, we have three, sorry, two other like Keurig styled coffee makers at our work, but they're in my HR office with our manager and sub and co-manager, not co-manager, but her the supervisor. So they have that in there. I just don't feel like bothering them all the time, being like, "Hey, can I have some coffee?" Because they're really cool about it. They will say yes all the time, but I know they have work to do, and I don't want to bug them. So this way, we'll have multiple places where we can get coffee. Yeah, I'm not. Well, the thing is, with that coffee maker, you don't have it's you can put regular coffee in it, so that's the best part. So you can grind your own coffee grounds and then put that into the coffee maker. That's what I usually do. What's up downtown? Yeah, it's just different per person. I got a question for everybody because we're talking like breakfast stuff. So, what is your favorite breakfast food? I'm just curious because maybe I'll add something to my regimen. I'm a huge pancake guy. I love eggs, but pancakes are probably my one thing I could always eat. A protein bar. I never would have thought that. I'd probably do protein powder versus a bar. I've been thinking about that. Yeah, I haven't. Not a lot of people in my family like pancakes as much as I do. Like I am a pancake snob. I love my pancakes. My wife, we used to have this place called Pancake House. Huh, I'll have to try that. What's up, Ronan? Well, I don't eat a lot of Taco Bell because you know, after you've eaten it for so long, it starts to mess with you. But plus Taco Bell, well, I shouldn't say all Taco Bells. One Taco Bell rubbed me the wrong way, so I was like, I'm done. See, that's the other part. So that's one of the reasons why I cook at home. There's nothing worse going to a place where you have things that you really really like, and then they're like, we don't serve that anymore. So I look up online. I'll go and try to find those like mock-up sites where they figure out what the ingredients are and they remake it themselves. That's what I prefer. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm finding. A lot of the like I can't have. I used to eat McDonald's French fries all the time. I can't eat that stuff because of what they are cooked in, that kind of stuff. So I'm okay with cooking my own food because I can control portions. And plus, when you start cooking for yourself, then you get frustrated by the amount of money that you that you spent in the old days. You're like, I spent how much for that pasta meal, and how much did it cost me to make it at my house? This is crazy. Yeah, if I if I was to show you guys what I used to eat every Friday night when I used to work for Best Buy, I am just disgusted at myself. I mean, Friday nights were you got paid. I got done with my job because I used to work nights because I wasn't with anybody or anything like that. So I always worked Friday nights. So I would be done with work. I would get off, go to McDonald's, go buy a double quarter pounder with cheese, large drink, supersized fries. It was just, it was gluttonous, man. Yeah, I mean, it's 100%. Yeah. Like I never understood why my dad used to order X things on the menu at McDonald's, and like he would only order the sandwich. I'm like, dude, I mean, you're missing the whole deal. And he'd be like, that's for you. He'd be like, I'm getting this one quarter pounder, and I'm probably going to only eat half of this thing. Like, no, man, I'm going to eat two Happy Meals. I'm good to go. This is my life. But now, as you get older, you realize like they don't even put the love and care like they used to, back when you were kids. Agreed. That's what Taco Bell's for. um, but yeah, I mean, I've never realized how different things are, now versus, when we were kids. The different ingredients that they put in there. Oh my God. It's frustrating. It really is. Because I thought about it, I'm like, I used to love going to Burger King. I mean, loved it. Same thing with like Wendy's because they had like the best fries. They used to have the best sandwiches, and now they're just not good. I even find myself like going to Chick-fil-A sometimes. And I'm like, food's okay. I mean, the one thing I love about them is their customer service, but that doesn't trump the food part of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you. I mean, Ronan, I don't know how old you are, but I will tell you this: when you hit like late 30s, going into your 40s, your body changes so quickly, and you don't even realize it. Like things that you used to eat and were like your go-tos are like things you can't have anymore. For example, like I used to eat peanut butter all the time, like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Used to put it in my protein and all that kind of good stuff. I can't eat it anymore. Almonds, can't eat them anymore because your body starts to change. So just be aware, like what you put into your system now is like super duper important. Yeah, it does. But I mean, you can always counteract a lot of those things too. But it's always good to just kind of really listen to your body, and your body tells you. We're just stubborn souls. All of a sudden you start eating that burger that looks so good in the advertisement, and you're just like your guts just start hurting. That's your body telling you you need not to eat that. That's not good for you. So I'm just giving you some words of wisdom. You take what you want, but I know from personal experience that's just somebody tried to tell me years ago, and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But now I'm telling people, I'm like, you need to do this. What's up, Aunt? Um, yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that one. Yeah, but here's the thing, if you block pain and that you're like not feeling that part, think of what kind of damage you're doing. It's almost like a car, right? You hear the clicking and clacking in the car, and then all of a sudden you get pissed off when the car decides not to work anymore. It's that kind of scenario. Yeah, man. I'm working on this Omega Red, and we're talking like foods right now. Like for example, like when I hurt my leg for a while was like you need to just calm down, you slow down a little bit. You don't have to stop, but you just need to slow down. Um, yeah. Um, and you just gotta slow down and just be aware of what's going on. It doesn't mean you gotta stop, but you do things a little more careful. Yep. Yeah. And the cool thing is, the one thing I would say about this, and people don't get it, when you cook at home, cooking at home is good. There's a reason why people like to cook because it's a tactile thing. It gets you to appreciate it more. So when you go out places, you have a bar in your head. You're like, that doesn't taste like the food that I make. I can't come here because the food is not as good. Like your bar is like super duper high. And you know what? If you start cooking, the thing is, it's fun. Cooking is a lot of fun. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't. I enjoy cooking for others, so that's a good thing. So, what I would say, you know, you should do what they did in this movie called Soul Food. You should have a soul food Sunday. So you don't necessarily have to do like Southern cooking, but you should grab people and be like, "Hey, I got 4 or 5 of my good friends. We're all going to get together on a Sunday, and we're going to eat, or a Saturday or something like that." But you should do something like that, so that way you guys could do it like a what do they call that? A potluck. You can do something like that, but that way everybody gets to enjoy. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. Yes, I have seen one of those. Those are really fun. But that's something I would definitely recommend. Well, here's the thing. My wife showed me something, and I was kind of shocked. So when we first got our air fryer, not our air fryer, our instant pot, she went on this deep dive of I'm going to figure out how to make cheesecake in my instant pot, and she made it, and that shit was so good. It was fantastic. And all she had to do was just buy all the ingredients, and it cooked right in the instant pot. Yeah, see, you can't do that. That's mean. Now you're making me hungry. See, I'm a big sweets person. Chocolate is my favorite. Chocolate chip cookies are like my go-to. And again, I'm a snob when it comes to those too. Um, but look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you could make a killer cheesecake, I might just have to talk to you about getting that recipe because I might have to go and try that. Well, yes, I will agree. The Cheesecake Factory has definitely made that the case. Oh my gosh! Listen, you're playing unfair. That's not cool. Look, Cheesecake Factory does not hold back. They don't sit up there and say, "Hey, an Italian restaurant." No, no, they're cheesecake. That's what you go there for. I don't know what people think. I'm just gonna go there for the food. No, you're going there for the cheesecake. Don't be stupid. Everybody knows that that is the main course. See, I would love to do that, but see, I can't be getting gluttonous and going to a con. That's just not cool. Hmm. See, you're teaching us things. That's good education. I like it. Well, see, one day we're gonna have to talk you into giving us the recipe, so that way we can try it on our own and see how it tastes. Since you can't give it to us physically, anywhere, we're gonna have to do that. All are you dropping bombs right now? Are you about to go ahead and drop the secret sauce? You guys might want to take a screenshot. See, the suspense is hard right now. Well, you have fun, Ronan. Take care of yourself. Look, if you can just copy the web link, all you got to do is just copy the web link. We don't have to be able to hit it. You just got to send us the link. Put it right in the chat, and then we can just copy and paste it wherever on whatever browser, if that's what you're going to send us. I would say I would love to do something for St. Patty's Day, but I'm not big into St. Patty's Day because I don't drink. I am way past those days. Like my really good friends that I have, they're all about like different beers and all that stuff, and I can't hang. What's up, weekend? Welcome to the stream. We're talking food, and you guys are watching me draw Mega Red, so that's what's on tap. Let me see if I can move this a little bit down. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. One day I'm just gonna have to sit down. We'll just have to do like a thing of recipes. My best friend's is a chef. Well, I should say this: he's a hedge fund manager now, but he is in a past life he was a chef. He taught me a lot of cool things that he did. Oh, you are amazing! Thank you so much. Let me grab that one. Go my chat and grab that. All right, if you guys didn't grab that, you might want to get it before the stream's over. Get that. Where'd it go? Okay, I'll just go and keep that. There we go. I'll just take a screenshot and we're good. Okay, I can definitely do that. I will make sure I do that. Is it because it cooks a little bit better? Is that why you keep it at room temp? Gotcha. So what do? Like a glass pan and you put it in the water? Or put water in the glass pan? Is that what you do? That's what I thought. That makes sense. That's cool. You get the little moisture going on in there. That's smart. Kind of works like a humidifier. That's a really smart idea. Okay. Hope everybody's taking notes. See, I just think you made my whole family gain another 12 pounds from just telling us this recipe. It's going to be a very hard week at the gym. Well, thank you for giving us your knowledge. I really do appreciate this. See, I'm gonna do like instead of doing like a big cheesecake, I'm gonna do like little cheesecakes, like little small ones. So that way I turn them into like little samplers. Yeah, I think that's a little counterproductive, but I do see opportunity in there. Do we have a low fat version? What's up, AC? Big fan. Josa, what's up? How are you doing this morning? I think your stuff should be to you very soon. I hope your daughter likes it because that was a fun piece to do. Thank you again for the support. Definitely do appreciate that. Yeah. All right, he's looking good. Oh, okay. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah, I have. I'm lucky enough to have one girl, two boys. I tell everybody like and this was told to me, so I tell everybody what I learned. I had an old manager. She goes like, "Wait until your kids hit 11. That's the age where things start to really change." Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like having three is was my max. Like when my wife and I got married, she already had the three children, and she asked me. She goes, "Do you want to have a child?" I'm like, "No." I said, "Absolutely not." Because realistically, when you start having more, um, it just makes things like you don't have a lot of time for each other, and that's for marriages. That's huge for any relationship. If you don't spend time, if you don't put time in, then that's going to destroy things, right? So that's one of those things where I was like, I have what I need. My low number was two, my high was three, and I hit three, so I'm good. Yeah, that was my justification for it when she and I had that conversation. I straight up told her, I'm like, that's why. Because you think about it, it's taking the kids to events, it's making time for them. You have to work, So it's a very fine balance, and people don't recognize that. So when I think about, I have a friend of mine that has, I think he's got 6 kids, and that's just been it's been a lot on that family. I would never. That's just it's too much, and two, you can't. You have to divide all your time with all the kids. I mean, come on, that's not fair. Yeah, we'll go that route. How does that work? And especially if they're like close in age. Like I said, when you get those kids that are, when they hit 11, 12 years old, you're starting to hit that puberty area, and they're starting to, learn their own identity. And that's a troubling time because they're easily agitated. They're trying to get a handle on themselves, and it's hard. And then you got other kids that are going through the same thing, and so they're acting like little turds, and you got to deal with all that mess. Yeah, people don't put that into consideration, but that's with wisdom. But I'm glad I had a good manager at the time. She warned me because she had a daughter and she had a son. But she goes, "Yeah, at 11 years old, that's when things started getting a little weird because you lose that child. You start losing that child that would come up and give you hugs all the time, and you miss that. That was your baby, right? And that stops, and that's weird for you as a parent because you miss that. You're like, man, what happened to my baby that used to come over and always be like lovey dovey on me, and now they're just like, no, no, well, I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. I'm too big for that. But the cool part is that that comes back around down the road, and it's awesome. Like my kids aren't like super lovey dovey to me, but they love the hell out of their mom. And before anybody says anything, it's not because I'm a bad person. They just that mom is always mom. Mom always wins. She trumps dad all the time. That's why I have grandkids because the grandkids love me. Not gonna lie, dad is always great for strength, right? But mom's always like the loved one. Like she's always the one that's keeping everybody in check. Like dad might be like the bruh, let's get going, we got to get this stuff done kind of thing. But mom's the one that kind of keeps everything together and prioritized. So that's why she has a different level. Plus, mom gave birth to these children, so biologically she wins. I think I might be done with the preliminary stuff. Yeah, mom is definitely the nurturer. That sounds like a good plan, Gabe. Definitely do that. Yeah, I mean, look, there are connections that some parents have that others don't, and that's good because that's different bonds. Like, there's certain things that my wife can do that I definitely can't. Yeah, I mean, it's hard with certain kids. I mean, I can talk to some of my kids in one way. I can talk to my kids one way in certain situations, and my wife has different approach, and she can connect with them on a different level. Like, I'm very good at being able to be diplomatic at things, but I'm also very good at being able to be very direct on my feelings about certain things, and that's important. But at the end of the day, as long as the kids know that they're loved, that's all that matters. That they're loved and you're able to show them the love. Let me correct myself. That is very true, Kay. I think about it now. I'm like, my kids don't call me. They call her. They'll call me when there's a computer problem because that's my area. Or if it's a serious situation, that's when I get a call. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is that, with families, I look at it like this: everything happens because it's supposed to. And if certain people don't want to take advantage of a situation, that's not anybody's loss but theirs. When you don't have a connection with your own child, you have to kind of reevaluate your priorities. Yeah, and you know what? That's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the one that they depend on. That's what I found out. Like, there's certain parents that they're going to be like, yeah, they got my back. Not saying that you're going to do everything for them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if I'm in trouble or I just need to talk to somebody, I know this parent will hear me a lot better than the other. They'll give me the thing that I need. And I say that because like if you think back to like when you were with your parents, there was a specific parent that you went to. Like, if I needed the nurturing side, I would go to my mom. If I needed somebody that I could talk to get some real life stuff, I'd go to dad because he kept it very real. So I'm not saying that's the role that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I mean, some people just have a very weird priority system in place. And you know what? Kids see that. They absolutely do. You don't even have to tell them. They see it. And that's one thing parents, especially selfish parents, don't understand. Like your kids are always watching you. Like they're watching you because they got to see if that's something that they want to follow or something that they don't want to follow. You wait. That's you know what I had that same kind of sensibility about my situation, but you know what? It will turn itself around. You'll be like, man, what is it about that person? I don't get it. It's weird. But the cracks are going to show. I promise you, they will. You don't have to do anything. And you can get frustrated, yes, but it's how you deal with that frustration. But at the end of the day, like I said, the cracks will show. And the reality will be shown right in their face. And then when those cracks are shown, then you have to be there to be the support. You know, that's one of those things. Like if you're a person of faith, you realize you're like, I have to love this. I have to love versus be frustrated. What's up, M Dog? Because it's very easy to be pissed off about a situation like that. But you also got to look at the bigger picture. They're children. They don't think and they don't feel the same way that you do because you have life experience and your perspective is different than theirs is. Yeah, I mean, I just look. I know that I'm around people that I know I'm clearly frustrated with, but I sit back and I'm like, you know what? I can be mad about this person. I could be pissed off about this person, or I can take that as positive fuel and put it into something that's going to be beneficial towards me. Which, at the end of the day, my my benefit to that is my kids. Like my kids are my focus, so I'd rather put my fuel into them and be like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to love. I'm going to teach you how to care despite this person's flaws. You can do what you got to do. That's for you. I can't tell you what to do. I can't control you on that because those are your feelings, and that is your parent. I know I can control my feelings on it, but I don't want to take my stuff and put it onto you. I don't want to impose that upon you. That's You are going to have your path. Because again, like I said, you got to know that your kids are always watching you, watching the situations around them, and they are making judgments, and they'll even judge you by your reactions to situations. I really want you to consider that. And you got to be very careful with that kind of stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish up Omega Red today, guys, and then I'm going to have to get off because I got to go and get to work. But I'll be back till Thursday. No green beer, not today. No beer for me. I am just not that person. You know what I'll do instead? Because I prefer tequila. I will tip a glass of Terramana for you there, sir. Because that is my favorite tequila as of right now. Green coffee sounds good. I'll put a little bit of creamer in there and then throw a little bit of green dye, green food coloring. That should work out really well. It'd be like more like a peppermint color. Or a minty color, not peppermint, minty. What's up, Losso Boss? Yeah, I mean, I've been what do they call that? Not baby sipping, but I've been basically just sitting on a bottle for the last 4 years. I even have a full bottle I haven't even touched. It's a little too strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna just take it as it is. I'm gonna just enjoy that bottle, and when it's time, I will finish it off. But it'll probably be years before that happens. What's going on, Nick Nerd? What's up, Nathan? Yeah, I just don't. I just babysit from time to time. I think the last time I probably had any liquor that I can clearly remember, I think was when I was at Texas Roadhouse because they make a really good margarita and they throw in a chaser in there. Like we'll get an absolute on there. Like a good vodka on there. Yeah. It's all about the rolls. Yeah, see, I gotta go in there again because I that place is really good. I love going there. I think I'm gonna put his shoulder pad here. There we go. Hey Manny, what's going on? Yeah, I'm at a spot where I'm just trying to figure out. Um, oh, I look, my day is going to be awesome every day, so I'm not worried about that. Same to you, Miss K. You take care of yourself. Joseph, I can definitely draw the predator. That is not a problem there. And I draw a pretty badass predator. Are you going to have me draw predator? Um, all right, so I'm gonna have to prove it to you because I think that The proof is in the pudding, right? You know, if you get to see what a predator looks like from me, I think that'll clinch it for you. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see here. Where did I put it is the question. All right, so I know that this is the stuff. I'm going to try to find him here. I think he's a pretty cool looking predator. I'm still hoping that the person that has this will still has it, because that would suck if they got rid of it. Because I thought this thing was crazy. That's not it. I think this is pre-COVID. That's how far back that this was done. All right, we're getting warmer. Okay. I think, yeah, this is before COVID. You can always tell the timeline based upon the masks in the picture. That sounds cool. Speaking of which, Gabe, I've been planning out this whole thing that the Gundam thing. I'm so stoked for that. It's gonna be insane. I already know I want to make a big one. I might just do it across two 11 by 17s, and then somebody's gonna end up getting that bad boy. I'm gonna auction that thing off for sure. I know it's in here. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I might have to do that over a couple of different shows because it's gonna be a an undertaking. I know it's in here. Wow, that's 2015. Shit. All right, so it's not on that one. Let me check my other account because it might be in there. I promise you, I can do a good one. I can do that too. Hold on, hold the phone. Let me see this. Let me jot this down here. So hold on. You want to do a venomized predator versus a carnage xenomorph. Ho 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 ho. How big are you thinking you want to go? Yeah, that's fine. I can do. Probably Fridays are going to be my better day, but I'm not going to go as long on Friday. Thursday is a good one too. It'll probably be in a couple of weeks, just so you know, because I have a lot of stuff I got to get done work wise. Okay. I don't want to neglect my work stuff. Well, you have the comic book size right now. Um, I'll be honest with you, it would probably do better on the 9 by 9x12. And what I'll do, just to make it a little easier, I'll bump it up to an 11x14. So it'll actually be bigger than that. It'll be bigger than the 9x12. So you get a couple more inches of space. So if you want to do that, I can do that one, and that'll give me a lot of space to work with. So it'll be a good little piece that you can put up on your wall. So I hope that'll give you a little bit more incentive. Here he is. I knew I'd find him. Here you go. Bam. There you go. Is that proof enough? I told you I don't mess around. I can do a good predator. I've only drawn 2 xenomorphs, so I'm going to have a good time doing this one. So I get to make the xenomorph red, correct? You're okay with that? Okay, so let's do the 9x12. And like I said, I'm going to bump you up to an 11x14. And then that way you have plenty of room. It'll be a very beautiful piece. I'll make it worth your while. I promise. Oh yeah, with all of that stuff coming off of him, like that muck, oh, that's going to be great. You see my carnage, right? Oh man, you're gonna get all the good stuff today. Let me pull this up here for you, man. I got to put all my prints up online because that way you can see all this fun stuff. I hope he's in here. I may or may not have put him on here. I got to see real quick. I don't think I have him on here. I'll send you a picture of him. I know I have one, so I'll have to show him to you. But this will give you an idea. So we did this venomized Megatron. So I can definitely do a Carnage. I wish I had that Carnage. I thought I did. I might have him on one of my posts. Let's see here. You're making me pull it back. Take a look at all the old stuff that I haven't seen in a long time. All right, I don't see. Oh, there he is. Boom, I got him. There's the Carnage right there. So he's going to work out really well with that Xenomorph. So I got you on that one for sure. I'm going to take care of that one. Do you see the 9x12 on there? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Let me follow you back here on here. There you are. Perfect. All right, name with the face. I love it. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started on that. I'll probably mock that up today, so that way I can at least get a move on that one, and then I'm going in on that. See, the cool part is I'm going to get to be able to draw more of the body of both characters. So we're going to see how this goes, because typically I only get like the top part, like a bust. So this will definitely be one I'm going to have to push a little harder for. All right, I think I'm all done with this one for today. I just got to get the grayscale on there, and I'll take pictures and pop it up on Instagram so you guys can see it. Yes, Joseph, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it. All right, guys, I will see you on Thursday. You take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you Thursday. Have a good one, guys. Let me do this instead, because I know I have somebody on here. At least I thought. No, we'll just end it.